Physics 1. Where's my mic? Physics 1.1. Biology and chemistry 1.1 are very easy because it's not a very long section. Physics, on the other hand, or at least section 1, is redonkulous. So we should break it down appropriately. Hopefully this time I'm not yelling into the mic. Can't really tell until I play it back. So here's hoping. As per usual, we should be, well, no, this will be the first for other people as well. Let me speed up so I'm not got this long. Physics 1.1 marker. So this is what we're doing. 1.1 length and time. So I guess I should explain it. In your notebook, you want to write 1.1 length and time, and then you want to write out this quote-unquote objective. And what we're going to do next is we're going to teach that, and then you're going to move on and so forth. So yes, we are doing use and describe the use of rules in measuring cylinders to calculate length or volume. So move back to that one. Okay, so first one is length. Your units for length are millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers. That should be some old information for lots of you. The device you use to measure, you're already familiar with the ruler, or the rule as they do in the UK. Micrometer might be new to you. So basically you want your ruler or micrometer to be appropriate. You're not going to use a micrometer to measure the distance between your house and Cedar Bridge. So for units and length, it tends to be rather easy until you get to this part. So for the, should we go easy hard, or easy hard? We'll go easy hard. So using the ruler to measure length. Now the problem is what happens when you have extremely tiny lengths. These two kind of go with each other, and there's a method for that. So your first way to measure a small length is to use a micrometer or a screw gauge micrometer. Most of us should have used them in class. There's actually an animation. I'm quite upset that this didn't play, but it should look like that. When you, I wonder if I can get my, yes. You have your object and you put it between the gauge, and then you'll read the sleeve and then the thimble, and it will give you a very small and precise measurement, so to speak. That's the hard way. The other way is to do multiples. So let's say I had a ruler and I wanted to measure the, I think I could bring up a ruler. Math tools. Ruler, nailed it. Okay, so you would try to use your ruler to measure the thickness of one sheet of paper, and you find out that, you know, it's pretty much just that thick. So instead of measuring one sheet, you pack together 500 sheets, and then when you measure your 500 sheets, you find out that it's, you know, 50 millimeters. And all you do is take that 50 millimeters, divide it by 500, and it should tell you the width of one sheet. You can use that, how do you turn this off? You can use that as well for distances and times. Well, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. If you don't have 500 sheets, your other option is to fold it. So I want to know the width of one sheet, so I fold it, you know, 5 or 6 times so that I get 10. You can't fold it 500 times. I think you can only fold about 7. And that's how you do small lengths or small distances. Back to the syllabus. Use and describe the use of rules and measuring. Okay, so now we're on to measuring cylinders, right? Measuring cylinders to calculate, well, that's going to be volume. So, pause it, buddy. For measuring volume, you have a geometric way where you would simply use a formula. So if you had, let's say, a cube, you can work out the volume of your cube with your formula. Volume equals length times width times height. I'm cheating, I shouldn't use letters. And you get something cubed, right? A length cubed. For the measuring cylinder way, you just fill it with the liquid. I guess you could use a gas too, depending on its density. And you need to read the line at eye level. The reason all your reading should be done at eye level to avoid what's called parallax error. Oh wait, let's see if I can draw an eye. Boss. Okay, so you go at eye level. Let's get some eyelashes in there just to be pretty. To avoid parallax error. Your units in with a cylinder, they might be in cubic centimeters or cubic millimeters or whatever, but you might get them in milliliters and liters. You can even get them in deciliters. Is it a big D or a little d? DL, and that means 10 of them. I'll get back to you. I read something that said they were going to start using deciliters just to be annoying. So we have to make sure we understand what a deciliter is. So with time, your units are second, minutes, and hours. And believe it or not, I have to explain this. There are 60 seconds in a minute. There are 60 minutes in an hour. There are 24 hours in a day. Oops. And there are 365 days. Is that right? Yeah. Days in a year. There are some people that think there's 100 seconds in a minute. I don't know. But with time, we run into the exact same issue that we have with measuring small distances. If I told you to measure how long it takes me to draw this line, you wouldn't really be able to time it. So what you would say is, hey, don't just draw the line, draw 10 of them. When your mark is set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you were to time that and it took 7 seconds, all you do is take that 7 seconds and you divide it by 10 lines, and you know how long it took me to, was that 0.7 seconds? Each line takes 0.7 seconds. You wouldn't be able to do the stopwatch fast enough to do it the other way, so you do multiple times. One question that they love to use is the period of a pendulum, and the period would be how long it takes for it to swing over and to swing back. Or just to swing over, I don't know. But instead of just measuring it on the way up, what you do is you allow it to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and the same idea. Read the number and then divide it by the time, the amount of times that it swung. Divide it by times swung. Okay? In fact, I think if you peek at the syllabus, oh yeah, that's definitely the syllabus now. Come on, syllabus. If you peek at the syllabus, it says that we're 2. Use and describe the use of clocks and devices for measuring an interval of time. Yeah, we did that. Measure and describe how to measure. That doesn't even make any sense. A short interval of time. So your short interval, you do it multiple times, including the period of a pendulum. Okay, so that's why I threw in the pendulum one. Your other option for short times, because it's 2012, and by 2012 I mean 2013, my mistake, is the light gate. And what it is, it's 2 different, I guess you could call them lasers. Fire the laser. It's 2 different laser beams, and when the race car or the card or your finger or your hand, whatever, cuts the first laser beam, it starts the timer, and then when it cuts the second laser beam, this one, it stops the timer, and you should be able to work out small intervals of time. Light gates are a new one. That's for something that you can't make it go multiple times. So be aware of that. Boom. I think we're done 1.1. That's not your syllabus. Why do you keep doing that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to myself, guys. I'm so sorry. So boom. 1.1, length and time. So now once the subject is done, or once the topic is done, you have to ask yourself, can I, and then read off the stuff on the syllabus, can I use and describe the use of rulers and measuring cylinders to calculate length or volume? Yes. Can I use and describe the use of mechanical method for measurement of a small distance? So folding it or multiple papers? Yes. Include the use of a micrometer? Boom. I'll put a video up, and someone post me on Edmodo to put that by next week of how to use a micrometer and how to read it. Can we? Oh, you can totally read that. Can we use and describe the use of clocks and devices for measuring an interval of time? Yes, when they put "and devices," they're talking about light gates. Can you measure and describe how to measure a short interval of time? Boom. Multiple times. Or you could use a light gate as well, because computers can time things really well. Boom. I'm trying to keep these under 6 minutes, so I hope that worked. Oh, what a numpty. That didn't work either. Take it off of that first. Oh, you silly boy. No? What's going on?